The armed forces of Ukraine fired at the border patrol in the Belgorod region with AGS-17 grenades, dropping the latter from a quadricopter. In total, for 30mm guns were dropped. Grenade VOG-17, however, it is noted that the victims were avoided. Information on this subject is provided by MASH, referring to its own sources. It is noted that thanks to the means of control, it was possible to establish that the drone flew in from the village of Basovo, Kharkiv region, which is located approximately 1 kilometer from the border with the Belgorod region. So far, there are no official comments on this subject from the governor of the Belgorod region, Vyacheslav Gladkov. These Ukrainian volunteers are crafty. They took an RKG-3 or RKG-3EM Soviet-era anti-armor hand grenade, then gave it a modified fuse and aerodynamic fins. These modifications enable an explosion from 900 feet high where the enemy cannot see or hear the drone. Now called the RKG-1600, this bomb is highly accurate within a 3-foot radius. It also uses the original penetrating anti-armor basis of the early Soviet design to be especially lethal against the tank's weakest part, the lighter armor on the turret. In addition to tanks, the RKG-1600 can destroy armored personnel carriers, artillery units, plus command and control vehicles. Personnel can execute 300 missions a day with the R-18 drone. Great vid showing an R-18 drone filmed by a second drone destroying Russian armor at night. Simple photography drones are being put to good use on the battlefield in Ukraine. Videos show soldiers using these drones, the same kind you can buy online for hobby use, to surveil Russian troops and find the best point of attack. Other drones have been refitted to hold small explosives that can be dropped directly on the enemy. These off-the-shelf UAVs showcase just one of the inventive, DIY methods the Ukrainian army has used to counter Russian attacks. Since the Russian invasion on February 24th, Ukrainian citizens have been called upon to join the war effort, either by joining the military, defending their homes with Molotov cocktails and other homemade weapons, or even donating their own drones to help surveil Russian troops. Commercial drones that have made their way to Ukraine are now a useful tool for troops, many of whom post photos and videos online to showcase how they've outfitted these devices for military use. An expert in artillery and military strategy who has been following the war in Ukraine closely, he told us about the benefits of using commercial drones. In the days after the invasion, thousands of Ukrainians signed up for the military to fight for their country. This resulted in entire platoons being made up of volunteers with little military training. But some have backgrounds in tech or IT, and all of them are passionate about helping ward off Russian attacks. Since February, the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense has put out calls on its social media pages for people to donate their drones. Ukrainians, as well as people from other countries, sent their drones to help the war effort. Some groups, such as Vests for Ukraine, a volunteer effort in Estonia, raised money to buy drones that Ukrainians could use. Videos have shown how a simple hand grenade dropped from a drone can cause major damage to tanks or armored personnel carriers, which are the most vulnerable from above. Dropped explosives can easily injure troops riding on top of the vehicle, as well as incapacitate a tank's aiming and firing mechanisms. Grenades dropped directly onto enemy positions or unarmored vehicles can be even more devastating. The wave of donations by Ukrainian civilians, as well as foreign organizations, has created a veritable army of drones. The Ukrainian military is estimated to have more than 6,000 commercial drones in their hands, far surpassing the number of combat drones made available from countries such as the United States and Turkey. Both trained soldiers and volunteers have become creative with the tools at their disposal to optimize these drones for the battlefield. Ukrainians have been working on ways to modify drones for military use since Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014. Thanks to 3D printing, Ukrainians were able to develop assets to drop grenades or small bombs on targets, Titleman explained to the France 24 Observers team. Drones improve the efficiency of artillery. They can replace soldiers for reconnaissance missions, they're super precise, and they're difficult to detect and destroy. The enemy always fears the threat, even far away from the fighting. A video shared by the Ukrainian Armed Forces Facebook page showed drone footage that allowed their artillery to wait until 24 Russian troops gathered in an abandoned building before firing a salvo at the site. But commercial drones are not a perfect solution to all of Ukraine's tactical needs. Although drones may be a limited part of Ukraine's arsenal, they serve to boost Ukrainian morale while instilling fear into Russian troops. Ukraine's military forces targeted a group of Russian soldiers with a precision artillery system. Ukraine's forces used Stugna-P anti-tank guided missiles in order to successfully aim at the group of Russian troops. There have been recent calls for countries in the West to send Ukraine more weapons. And a Ukrainian MP has set up a crowdfunding page in order to raise funds for a self-propelled howitzer. The video shows the Ukrainian military locating and targeting a group of Russian troops. Once locked on the target, the Ukrainian forces begin to pummel the Russian army using heavy artillery. Once struck, the Russian servicemen appear to jump from the armored vehicle and begin to run. And a large cloud of thick gray smoke erupts from the vehicle, and Russian soldiers escape to safety. A daring tank attack on defensive fortifications in the Bakhmut area was caught on drone video. The tank was able to successfully break through to the defensive positions in the area of the settlement of Bakhmut and literally destroy the trenches where the military were stationed. Despite the fact that the defenders had anti-tank weapons, they failed to cope with only one combat vehicle due to the dense fire of the tank, both using the main caliber and the machine gun. In video footage taken from an unmanned aerial vehicle, which, in all likelihood, was coordinating the actions of the tank crew, you can see how a heavy combat vehicle successfully approaches the trench where the defending forces are located and fires several shots from a distance of only a few tens of meters. After the shots, the tank moves back, hiding in a lowland, which is enough to reload, and after that another blow is made. In fact, the tank alone managed to defeat the defensive position in the Bakhmut area, although as a rule, in most cases, this ends with the destruction of an armored vehicle.